Morning all of you. Today we are going to discuss 3.4 is water pollution. In previous lecture we discussed about the air pollution. In this topic include water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution and soil pollution. In previous lecture we finished the air pollutions and from today's we are going to discuss water pollution. In today's lecture we are going to see introduction of water, definition of water pollution and sources of water pollution. Before going to start water pollution, we want to know about the what is a water. About 70% of the earth's surface is water covered and ocean hold about 96.5% of all earth's water. Means maximum water present in the ocean. We know about the water. Water is one of the most plentiful and essential compound. Water is a tasteless, odorless liquid at room temperature and it has an important ability to dissolve many other substances. So water is known as a universal solvent, but what is its chemical composition? Water is a substance composed of the chemical element hydrogen and oxygen and it exists in three states: gaseous states, liquid state and solid state. Gaseous state in the form of vapor, liquid state in the form of running water and solid state in the form of ice cubes or glaciers. Then it is a water. Chemical composition of water is a hydrogen and oxygen. Then many important properties of water. Water is a polar in nature. Then water is excellent solvent. Then water has cohesive and adhesive properties. Water has high heat of vaporization. Water is a less dense as a solid than as a liquid. But what is a water is polar in nature? Means water molecules are polar with partial positive charge on the hydrogens and partial negative charge on the oxygen and it bent overall structure like this structure are here. This is because of its oxygen is electronegative, meaning that is better than hydrogen at attracting electron. Then water is an excellent solvent because water has the unique ability to dissolve many polar and ionic substances. This is the important all living things because as water travels through the water cycle and it takes valuable nutrient along with it. So because of the it is known as a universal solvent. Water has a high heat capacity or vaporization because it takes a lot of energy to rise the temperature of certain amount of water by a degree because temperature measure in a degree. So water helps the regulating temperature in the environment. For example, this property allow the temperature of water in pond stay relatively constant from day to night and regardless of the changing of atmospheric temperature. Pond temperature in the day or night relatively same because the because its nature of high heat of vaporization is what it's the property of water. Next is a water has a high heat of vaporization. For example, human and other animals that sweat, that water's high heat of vaporization to cool off the human body or animal body. Water is converted from its liquid form to its liquid to its form to gaseous form for the heat. For the example of steam, liquid from to steam, heat of vaporization is reaches. Since sweat is made mostly of water and the evaporating water absorb excess body heat which is released into the atmosphere. This is known as a evaporative cooling. So water make our body is cool. So its property is a high heat of vaporization, means excessive heat is converted into the vapor into the atmosphere. Then water has a cohesive and adhesive properties. We seen the cohesive and adhesive forces in the chemistry. Water molecules have strong cohesive force due to their ability from hydrogen bond with another. Then cohesive forces are responsible for surface tension of water. We see the surface tension in our burette. there is a surface tension. The tendency of liquid surface to resist rupture when placed under the tension of stress. Then water also has adhesive property that allow to stick the substances that itself. Their cohesive and adhesive properties are essential for fluid transport in form of life. For example, they allow nutrients to be transported to top tree against the force of gravity. Then next and last property is water is less dense as a solid than a liquid. For example, as a water freezes, the molecules from crystalline structure that space of molecules further apart than in liquid water. Then it means that ice is less dense than the liquid water, which is why its float. This property is important because as it keeps ponds, lakes and ocean from freezing solid and allow life to continue to thrive under the icy surface. This is the property of water. Next is our main topic is water pollution. Water pollution means any undesirable change in the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of water which can cause harmful effect on various forms of life or property. Any undesirable change in properties of water, any undesirable change in formula of water is a hydrogen and oxygen, means breakdown of these bonds or many changes in this composition, or biological characteristics means it convert it if it is added a many organic compound, the change its biological characteristics. This is the water pollution. Here is another definition of water pollution is a water pollution is the contamination of water bodies. Contamination of water bodies like lake, river, oceans, groundwater. This form of environmental degradation occurs when this degradation occur when pollutants are directly discharged into the water bodies without adequate treatment to remove harmful compound, and this produce water pollution. Then water is used for washing, irrigation, flushing away of waste, cooling and industrial uses. All these uses lead to the pollution because water is a main important thing used for washing, irrigation, flushing away of the waste, cooling, industrial use, and these all are pollutants are deposited into the water bodies like river, lake, ocean without treatment. If the harmful compounds are not removed from this sewage or this industrial influent, they are harmful to the water body and they produce pollution. The which indication of the water is they are dictated to the polluted. The following indication that the water is polluted, like the water has bad taste or odor, but naturally the water has a no odor, water is a tasteless and the plentiful and it is essential, but the water has bad taste and odor, it indicate the water is polluted. Then offensive odor are being emitted from lake, ocean and river, and these odors are emitted from the water bodies. Then reduction in aquatic life. Reduction in aquatic life, for example fishes, due to different types of pollutants fishes numbers are get decreases. The reduction of aquatic lives is also indicate the water is polluted. Then oil or grease floating on the surface of water, it reduces the light penetration to the surface and it also reduces the penetration of oxygen to the water body to surface, and it produces foul smell because of the no penetration of sunlight and no penetration of oxygen, and this is also indicate the water is polluted. Then unchecked growth of the aquatic weeds in water body, means the sewage includes many components like phosphate, nitrogen, and these are influence the growth of algae. If the number of weeds in water bodies are present, there is a sign of water is polluted. There is an outbreak of epidemic. If the consumption of water produce many diseases, bacterial diseases like typhoid, then jaundice, this because of the contamination of water body or contamination of drinking water. This indicates the water is polluted. sources of water pollution. Many sources of water pollution, but in this lecture we are going to see only one source of water pollution is sewage, and another sources we are going to discuss in next lecture. Then first sources of water pollution is a sewage. Sewage, but what is a sewage? Sewage is the waterborne waste derived from home, animal or food processing plant. It includes human excreta, paper, soap, detergent, etc. And these are the major proportion of pollutant entering into the water, and the accumulation of this sewage water increase its biological oxygen demand, means BOD. The accumulation of sewage water increases biological oxygen demand because the water body has self purifying capacity, but due to the addition of this waste the self purifying ability or capacity is lost, and the water is become unfit for drinking and other domestic purposes. But what is the purifying capacity? Self purifying capacity. Self purifying capacity means some amount of microorganism or some amount of fishes are reduce the pollution, or the natural sedimentation. It is the best natural self purifying capacity of the water bodies. But if excessive sewage are entering into the water body, there is need the biological oxygen demand, because but what is a biological demand? Here is a example of sewage. It is a household waste or animal waste. Then biological oxygen demand. Biological oxygen demand means the amount of oxygen required by organism to eat or break down the organic matter. In the process of breaking down this organic matter, on the feeding on this organic matter, microorganism need oxygen. Means if pollution are get increasing, the biological oxygen demands also increasing. For microorganism need oxygen to break down this organic matter. If the greater amount of waste inside the water bodies like lake, river and pond, see, more organism will be there, and the microorganism feed on this organic matter. Greater amount of oxygen needed for the breakdown of this organic matter or breakdown of these pollutants. Then if the waste are increase in water body, the microorganism also increase and need more amount of oxygen for break down all these pollutants or all these organic matter. Then if biological oxygen demand of water body is less, then the pollution is also less, and the less amount of pollutant or less amount of oxygen is required. But if biological oxygen demand is high, then the pollution is also high, and the high amount of pollutant, the high amount of oxygen is also required. Means if biological oxygen demand get increasing, means pollutions are also increasing. So biological oxygen demand value is useful and measuring the self purification capacity of water body. The quantity of dissolved oxygen in water indicate by kind of organism in living in water. In simple words, in natural conditions, sufficient oxygen is present from decomposition of organic matter, and the depleted oxygen is regenerated by green plants in pond, and this is a self-regulatory mechanism of water. Dissolved oxygen is required for the purification capacity. It also require for the organism which living in the water body, and the biological BOD value is also important, and we have the one practical of BOD in your practicals of environmental biology. Then so one source of water pollution is finished. So today I stop here. Thank you.